Good afternoon. 1 million people die because of these things. These are estimates by the World Health Organization. Counterfeit drugs is actually a big plague. Most of you have heard about it, and we have addressed it in terms of the service we're providing. What we have in terms of the size of the market, the pharmaceutical industry is actually huge. It's 1.3 trillion per annum at the moment. But $200 billion of that is actually counterfeit drugs. 75 billion is the size of the virtual industry. 60% of drugs bought online are actually counterfeit. And then the supply chain market, the one which we address, is worth around $80 billion. Now, what is the damage to the industry? Why do we have such a big problem when we have so many big pharmaceutical players in it? Well, at the moment, there is no global solution that everybody uses. Everybody is using different methods, different procedures, and different workflows. There are also supply chain inefficiencies which make it very difficult to unify the whole industry. Different technologies. Some people are using SAP, some are using Oracle, some are using Great Plains or even their own proprietary systems. And there are different regulatory regimes throughout the world. The USA have some, the EU have some, Turkey and all the other countries have their own. So there aren't any track and trace systems, and there is a significant amount of fraud. So we wanted to address this, and we wanted to find a way which can make our solution easy to install and easy for the industry to use, as well as the consumers. So we wanted to create a system that's regulatory neutral, that would work across the globe. We wanted to make it cross-platform, so it doesn't matter whether you're using Great Plains or whether you're using SAP or Oracle. And we wanted to use blockchain as a foundation to provide other value-added services, so big data analysis, other artificial intelligence services that we could, and we wanted to make it global, truly that it would work here in Ireland or in the Sudan. So what did we do? We started using the most easy and portable device, which is a mobile phone here, and we, of course, have our own app. What we have done is created a system which allows real-time reporting. It allows you to control the data, who sees what, depending on the industry or the manufacturers or the distributors you're using. It also has user preference abilities. But the interesting thing is our system is very flexible. If we detect a lot of counterfeit drugs in a particular area, we can automatically notify the law enforcement authorities. We can do automated payments and automatic tax compliance. Regulatory reporting can be automated, again, because we have the immutability nature of the blockchain underneath it. And then, of course, we have the exciting stuff that we're really interested in, is the artificial intelligence or AI services that can really help the industry, as well as society generally. We have tried to keep it as simple as possible. As I said, we want to be technology neutral, but we also want to make it very easy to use. So we have QR codes as a basic scan. These are now required by the FDA in the US and the EU regulations coming in next year that each packet should be uniquely labeled. And we can use SMS and call centers to verify whether these packets are real. So why is our solution different or better? Well, it's easy and simple for the manufacturers, distributors, and retailers to install. It creates, of course, the immutability that's required by the regulators, the governments, and the public to give them comfort that there are no changes in the records. It provides the assurance that we need, and it becomes future-proof. We do not dictate what kind of edge sensor you use. If you want to use RFID chips, you can use RFID chips. If you want to use 3D or 2D barcodes, that's up to you. If you want to use some future innovative device that may come in, that's also up to the client or the customer. And we really want to use the big data, as I said, machine learning services, to be able to provide drugs just in time to the places where they're needed, when they are needed. We also want to use the data that we collect to find more efficient routes to market. And as I said, because we're using a number of apps, our system works in the Sudan as much as it would work in Ireland. And that's because we have an app for the customs clearance guys, an app for the pharmacies and the hospitals within the developing world. So it doesn't matter whether you're in the developed or developing world. We have really thought about how to get a holistic solution. And we only specialize in the pharmaceutical industry. We understand their challenges, their difficulties, and their issues. We do not try to go outside the pharmaceutical industry, and that's purposefully done. So at the moment, we have an alpha product which works in the lab. We're obviously negotiating with a couple of governments and some pharmaceutical companies to trial our services. We have a strong, mature management team. It's led by our chairman, Lord Anthony St. John, who's a member of the House of Lords. We have done our private pre-sale, and now the whitelist is open if people want to join it. That's FarmaTrust for you. Thank you.